The traditional 14 stations on the cross are: 1. Jesus is condemned to death. 2. Jesus accepts the cross. 3. Jesus falls the first time. 4. Jesus meets his mother. 5. Simon of Cyrene carries the cross. 6. Veronica wipes the feet of Jesus. 7. Jesus falls the second time. 8. Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. 9. Jesus falls the third time. 10. Jesus is stripped of his garments. 11. Crucifixion. Jesus is nailed to the cross. 12. Jesus dies on the cross. 13. Jesus' body is removed from the cross. And 14. Jesus is laid in the tomb, covered in incense. Of these 14 traditional stations of the cross, only 8 are explicitly mentioned in the Gospels. Thus, in 1991, Pope John Paul II introduced a new form of devotions called the scriptural way of the cross that are grounded in the scripture. The first station of the cross, Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. This is the actual picture of the Garden of Gethsemane. The reading is taken from Matthew 26, verses 36 to 41. Then Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane, and he said to his disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." He took along Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to feel sorrow and distress. Then he said to them, "My soul is sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and keep watch with me." He advanced a little and fell prostrate in prayer, saying, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not as I will, but as you will." When he returned to his disciples and found them asleep, he said to Peter, "So you could not keep watch with me for 1 hour? Watch and pray that you may not undergo the test. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." The second station, Jesus is betrayed by Judas and arrested. While Jesus was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived, accompanied by a crowd with swords and clubs, who had come from the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders. His betrayer had arranged a signal with them, saying, "The man I shall kiss is the one. Arrest him and lead him away securely." He came and immediately went over to him and said, "Rabbi," and he kissed him. At this, they laid hands on him and arrested him. This reading was taken from Mark chapter 14, verses 33 to 46. Station 3. Jesus is condemned by the Sanhedrin. When they came, the council of elders and the people met, both chief priests and scribes, and they brought him before the Sanhedrin. They said, "If you are the Messiah, tell us." But he replied to them, "If I tell you, you will not believe, and if I question, you will not respond. But from this time on, the Son of Man will be seated at the right hand of the power of God." They all asked, "Are you then the Son of God?" He replied to them, "You say that I am." Then they said, "What further need have we for testimony? We have heard it from his mouth." Reading taken from Luke chapter 22, verse 66 to 17. The fourth station of the cross is taken from Matthew chapter 26, verses 69 to 75. Jesus is denied by St. Peter. Now Peter was sitting outside in the courtyard. One of the maids came over to him and said, "You too were with Jesus the Galilean." But he denied it in front of everyone, saying, "I do not know what you are talking about." As he went on out of the gate, another girl saw him and said to those who were there, "This man was with Jesus the Nazarene." Again he denied it with an oath, "I do not know that man." A little later, the bystanders came over and said to Peter, "Surely you too are one of them. Even your speech gives you away." And Zach began to curse and to swear, "I do not know the man." And immediately a cock crowed. Then Peter remembered the word that Jesus had spoken before. "Before the cock crows, you will deny me 3 times." He went out and began to weep bitterly. The fifth stage of the cross. Jesus is judged by Pilate. This is the place where archaeologists believe Pilate questioned Jesus. The reading is taken from Mark chapter 15, verses 1 to 5 and 15. The chief priests with the elders and the scribes, that is, the whole Sanhedrin, held a council. They bound Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate. Pilate questioned him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" He said to him in reply, "You say so." The chief priests accused him of many things. Again Pilate questioned him, "Have you no answer? See how many things they accuse you of?" Jesus gave them no further answer, so that Pilate was amused. Pilate, wishing to satisfy the crowd, released Barabbas and handed Jesus over to be crucified. The sixth station of the cross. Jesus is scourged at the pillar, crowned with thorns. John chapter 19, verses 1 to 3. Then Pilate took Jesus and had him scourged, and the soldiers drew a crown out of thorns and placed it on his head, and clothed him in a purple cloak. And they came to him and said, "Hail, the King of the Jews!" And they struck him repeatedly.